Hello students. So we are going to discuss a very important topic of class 10th today, that is human circulatory system, which comes under the topic life or under the chapter life processes. This is very important topic, and very frequently questions are asked from this topic, that what is the functioning of human heart, or the diagram is always asked to draw. So these things are very important to understand. Once you will get your concepts clear, then you will be able to write the answer on your own. So just let's start the topic. So we are going to see first of all that what are the different parts or what are the structures which are present inside the human heart. As we as human beings, we require a lot of energy to perform all our functions. So that's why we have 4-chambered heart. Some other organisms, they have 3-chambered, 2-chambered heart also, as for example fishes, reptiles. They don't have 4-chambered heart because their energy requirement is not that much high as ours. So basically, as 3 chambers are present or 2 chambers are present in those organisms, so some intermixing of blood can happen in their cases, and they can also tolerate this. But we as human beings, our energy requirement is that much high that we have to, we have the requirement of a proper system inside our heart, which is able to differentiate between the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So that's why we are having 4 different chambers. And these chambers are right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium and left ventricles. And one more thing which is very important to understand here, that these ventricles and atrium, they are different, separated from each other actually. This right atrium is separated from right ventricle, left atrium is separated. There is proper separation, line of separation in between them. Plus we have this central, you can say line of separation, that is called as septum, which is separating this right area from the left area. So we have a proper system which is present inside the heart. So first of all, as you can see that this half of the portion which I have given the dots with blue color, and in half of this portion I have given the dots in red color. So these colors are basically used for a purpose, because this blue color is showing your impure blood, the blood which is carrying carbon dioxide in it, and the red blood is showing your pure blood, the blood which is having oxygen. This is the basic criteria on which we can distinguish between the pure and impure blood. As the blood which is coming from the cells, it is taking all the metabolic waste which are excreted by the cell, and that metabolic waste is basically carbon dioxide. So the blood which is carrying carbon dioxide, it will be called as impure blood or deoxygenated blood. So we have 2 different vessels here. First one is your superior vena cava and the second one is your inferior vena cava. So this superior vena cava is basically taking the blood, or basically the impure blood, from all the parts which are present above the heart. We have our heart present in the chest cavity. So all the organs which are present above the heart, they are giving their impure blood via this superior vena cava, and all the other parts or organs which are present below the heart, they are giving their impure blood with the help of inferior vena cava. So these 2 vena cavas are basically taking the impure blood, and where they are giving this impure blood, first of all they are giving this in the right atrium. So as the right atrium is receiving the blood, it expands in its size. Its size increases as it is ready to receive the blood. So as it will receive the blood, it will shrink in its size, and then the blood will be pushed in downward direction, and it will come towards the right ventricle. From the right atrium, the blood will come here in the right ventricle. And what is present in between these 2 structures, we have valves present here. And what is the function of the valves which are present in between right atrium and right ventricle? The function of the valve is basically to stop the backflow of the blood, so that the blood is not flown in backward direction. Blood is not allowed to go from the right ventricle to the right atrium. Once it has entered in the ventricle, it has to be here only. So the valves are doing their function, and once the blood will be entered here in the right ventricle, after that the valves will be closed and they will stop the entry or backflow of the blood. So what will happen here, as the ventricle has received the blood, so now with the help of this pulmonary artery, this impure blood, it will be sent towards the lungs for its purification, because lung is we have our lungs which function as the blood purifying unit actually, because when we breathe, oxygen is directly reached towards the lungs, in the lungs actually, and when this impure blood it goes to the lungs, the impurity which is basically present in the blood, that is carbon dioxide, it is released there inside the lungs, and the oxygen which is present, it will be achieved by the blood. So the blood will be pure here in the lungs, and after its purification it will again come towards the heart. So how, or from where it is coming again in the heart? From the pulmonary veins. And one very important thing here I would like to tell you, that when we generally learn about the function of arteries and veins, so we have studied that arteries are the vessels which carry the blood away from the heart. A for artery and A for away. So arteries are carrying the blood away from the heart, and arteries always carry oxygenated blood. In 99% cases, the arteries carry oxygenated blood, that means the blood which is having oxygen, and the veins carry deoxygenated blood, the blood which is having carbon dioxide. But there is only one exception in the case of arteries and veins, and that exception is present here. They are pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. As you are watching here, this is impure blood and it is taken by the pulmonary artery, the artery which was supposed to take oxygenated blood, but here in the case of human heart it is carrying deoxygenated blood. So the pulmonary artery will take this deoxygenated blood and it will give this blood to the lungs, and what the lungs will do, they will purify the blood will be pure, it will carry now oxygen, and it will again enter in the heart. It will enter via pulmonary veins. So you can see here, as pulmonary veins, they were supposed to carry deoxygenated blood, but in the case of human heart, they are carrying pure blood, oxygenated blood. So the pure blood will come here, and first of all, where it will reach? It will reach in left atrium. The same process will happen again. The atrium will be expanded and it will receive the blood. After the receiving, it will shrink in its size and the blood will be pushed towards the left ventricle. The valves also will perform their work. And one more difference here, in the case of right atrium and right ventricle, the tricuspid valves were present, while in the case of left atrium and left ventricle, we have bicuspid valves. So the bicuspid valves will be closed once the blood enters into the left ventricle, and after the blood has come here, it will come to the aorta, and the aorta will send this blood to all the other parts of the body where it is required, because each and every cell of the body requires blood, because it is carrying oxygen for performing all its metabolic functions. So basically this is the sequence of the events which are happening inside the human heart. The blood is, once it is deoxygenated, for the next time it becomes oxygenated. So when we were discussing all these things, one thing which, or one term actually, it was there but I didn't tell you about this, that is your double circulation. It is related to the functioning of heart only. It has it doesn't have nothing new to understand. So see what we have understood till now, that the blood, same blood, you can say same amount of blood, it enters the heart once when it is impure. It enters in the half portion of the heart when it is impure, then it is sent to the lungs for its purification, and after its purification from the lungs, it again comes towards the heart. So as you have seen here that the blood comes, same quantity of blood is coming in the heart 2 times, once when it is impure and for the second time when it has become pure. So the blood is completing 2 circulations inside the human heart. Once when it is entering from the lungs, that is called as pulmonary circulation. second time, when from the heart it is sent back to again to all the other parts of the body, and here it is completing its systemic circulation. So these two circulations are being completed by the blood in the case of human heart. So that's why it is called as double circulation, and this is very unique characteristic of human heart, because this double circulation is not seen in each and every species. So we can accept this thing that this is very unique characteristic of human heart. So I think we have discussed the structure and the function of human heart. We have talked about double circulation also. So the concepts should be clear in your mind. If you are still having any doubts or any queries, you can write that in the comment section. I will try my best to clear all your doubts. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching the video.